Welcome back. You're watching Global Eye. We turn our focus to India-France ties. Speaking exclusively to CNBC TV 18, French ambassador to India, Emmanuel Lenain, said that France will take up the EU presidency and has a strong appetite for a full free trade agreement with India. He also said that working with India was one of the biggest pillars in the French government's Indo-Pacific strategy. And speaking about the Rafale, he said the deliveries will be completed on time. I began by asking him about CDS General Bipin Rawat's death in the helicopter crash. Here's what he said. Listen in.
Indeed, it's really a tragic news. All of us were really moved. I mean, we're impressed by the very charismatic army leader, but and the great interlocutor that we've lost. I mean, warm, empathic, and result-oriented. I mean, he was always great engaging into discussion, and I must say I met him very regularly, and also was always there for all the big important steps of our military cooperation. I remember him when the first Rafale was delivered to on India soil in Ambala, which was quite a moving ceremony. And more recently, we were together at for the exercise at Skyros in Jodhpur, where the Rafale were also exercising, and we both of us could be very impressed by the skill of the Indian pilot on that occasion. So yes, and it's a tragedy.
Ambassador, moving on to the larger relationship between India and France and how it is moving ahead, give us a sense of how the trade partnership is progressing and the potential that you see going ahead.
Well, it's progressing very well, but we could do much better, actually, I must say. I mean, the investment is very strong. I mean, French companies have been investing for decades in India because they believe in India, they believe in the potential, and they feel really at ease on the Indian market. I mean, they know that to make real significant progress and achievement in the Indian market, you need patience, and they have this patience. They've been investing, and very steadily. During COVID, I mean, French companies kept on investing. They had some new investments, some new also they hired some extra staff. Companies like Capgemini, already very much present in Really they added 30,000 new jobs in the last few months. And now their workforce in India is 200,000, which is really huge. But all the companies have decided to also to keep on investing. Companies like Schneider Electric, a world leader in its market, now has made India is a global technology and talent hub, which is also another sign of confidence. So we're very bully, and we know that in the coming years, I mean, it's going to develop because I mean our companies can provide solution to partner with India to tackle the challenges, challenges for sustainable cities, challenges of fight against climate change, and we all seen the announcement by Prime Minister Modi at COP26. We know that we have solutions to provide, for example, to boost the use of renewable energy, solar energy. As you may know, French companies account roughly for 10% of the installed capacity of solar energy in India, and we're very proud about it.
Right. So, Ambassador, you've outlined how French companies have been increasing investments, increasing jobs in the Indian market. When there is so much potential in the trade relationship and the economic partnership, are there any key asks, any areas where you would like the Indian government to ease things for foreign companies, especially French players?
Well, obviously we would like to trade more, even if there's a significant trade between the two countries. And as you know, France is a major trading power. The EU is the largest trading power in the world. So we would like to do more. We would like to have easier relations. It means less tariff, less non-tariff barriers, so that it can benefit both countries.
So that's an important point. I'd also like to ask you about France taking up the EU presidency. How does India fall in your strategy there, in France's strategy there?
Well, India will be really at the core of France's priority during the EU presidency of the first semester next year. As you know, our leaders want really to have a very strong push about the Indo-Pacific during that period. The EU has adopted, under strong also French involvement, a very comprehensive EU Indo-Pacific strategy in September of this year. We want that strategy to yield results very early next year during our presidency. And that India will be instrumental. I mean, Prime Minister, my President have been discussing that, and your Foreign Minister will be a guest of honor for the big Indo-Pacific forum that will take place in Paris in February, on the 22nd of February, actually.
Right. I'd also like to ask you about the EU-India FTA. This has been under negotiations. The negotiation went on for a very long time. Then they broke down. They have restarted. It's got some momentum now. What do you think is the road ahead? And when it comes to EU-India relations, where would you put that on the priority list right now?
Well, this is very, very, very important. As you know, as I said, I mean, EU being the largest trading partner in the world, I think we can. There's a lot of potential. Now, what do we want? We're very much in favor. We want to sign it. We want to really and to implement it very, very soon. But what do we want? We want a real agreement, which would be ambitious in the sectors that would be open. We want it mutually beneficial to both countries or to both groupings, which is very important. And we want it also beneficial for the planet. So we want something green, with which would help and induce effort by our countries to tackle climate change.
I'd like to ask you about the ORCAS Alliance as well. France was upset with the way things panned out, where the alliance was formed. Post that diplomatic announcement, what is the road ahead? What kind of relationship and cooperation do you expect from India on the Indo-Pacific?
Well, we expect a lot. India is our #1 partner on the Indo-Pacific, and it's a major strategic partner, so we expect a lot. ORCAS, yes, we were totally disappointed. Why? I mean, it's not about business. That's a business part, but that's not the most important part. I mean, we were really disappointed with the method. It's a major breach of trust between allies. I mean, these things never happen, should never happen. And we're also very disappointed with the objective. I mean, we feel that the Indo-Pacific, the strategy, we need to be united to be effective. And this sort of deal is not excluding the EU, excluding France, obviously, is not conducing to an effective response to the challenges provided in the Indo-Pacific state by one country in particular. And more broadly, I would say, the method is not, and I think I know that India is on the same page. I mean, we don't think that you should restrict the answer to the challenges in the Indo-Pacific to a purely military, bloc-to-bloc response, which, by the way, may raise tensions in the region. And that's, it's not France who say that, it's countries in the region like Indonesia, like Malaysia, that we listen.
One, when are we looking to complete Rafale deliveries? What is the status?
Very soon. Totally on schedule, by the way. We are very proud of that. As you may know, the COVID has disrupted also in France the work in the factories last year. I mean, for a few weeks, our factories were closed and people had to work from home. which is not easy to build a Rafale. But given their absolute commitment to India, they've been then working days and nights, extra shift on weekends, and now I must say we're immensely proud because the delivery is perfectly on schedule. Right now, as of today, 33 planes have been delivered to India, and already 32 ferried to India. So the 36 will be totally delivered by April of next year, which is the schedule.
Right.
And I must say I'm very proud because, as you know, it's the best fighter aircraft in the world. And you've seen that many countries this year have been hugely confident and have placed some significant order to Dassault for Rafale.
Right.
And we stand ready with India to continue our great partnership, as you know, with a lot of Make in India.